La 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 la. Hello, 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 hello. Hello and welcome to Coast Nation Fan TV. I am Bilo. I am your host. This is where fans meet and talk about Kaizer Chiefs. Amakosi Football Club. We are back again with another video. Today we are talking about two things. I thought I wouldn't preview the game here live because some people don't watch the live streams, so I just made it available for everyone, so you can go check the match preview on the main channel. That's where the match preview is at. But today we will talk about Sibusiso Vilakazi, and we'll also talk about Dillan Solomons returning to training Chiefs. I wasn't aware of that fact actually, because I didn't check Instagram, but shout out to Kosimandla. He checked that out and he saw Guti. He is available and is training with the team, which could only be good news, right? For some reason I see that my stream is lacking, and that disturbs me. So yeah, so I will just continue and pretend as if I don't see what my stream is lacking. So there is an interesting thing that is happening also on the left. You will see today there is a countdown, because I'm trying to keep myself accountable. Its stream should be 30 minutes. It should be 30 minutes because I don't want it to be that long, because there are people who watch the streams afterwards, and if they're like an hour and 10 minutes long or an hour and 45 minutes long, it's too long. I feel like it's also disrespectful to your time, because I know some of you just want to watch until it ends. But now if it goes on forever and ever and ever, it's not on. So okay, the streams will only be 30 minutes long from this day forward, unless it's a match day live. So tomorrow before the game, like an hour before the game, there will be a live stream where I will be reacting to the starting 11 and match predictions and all that stuff. And then at the halftime, we will also have a video. We'll be reacting to the match up to that far. So yeah, it's all the interesting stuff. So the longer streams will only happen on match days, like an hour before the game. Otherwise, not yet to Huru. My streaming software is really struggling. I don't know what's the problem. Anyways, guys, let me just continue talking. So there is this interview that Sibusiso Vilakazi did with Robert Marawa, and it was interesting because again it points out the same thing that we've been saying as Kaizer Chiefs fans. Uguti, Chiefs does not want to pay the money. But then on the other hand, it brings up something that's also been said to Uguti. Sundowns just buys players, right? Just to eliminate the competition or anyone who might even dare to try and compete with them. Because there's an interesting quote from Vilakazi himself. Everything is just slow. It sucks. There's an interesting quote from Vilakazi, because he doesn't just say the simple and straightforward thing, Yoguti, oh no, Chiefs did not want to pay or at all. But it also says that actually, if he made an example, obviously, Yoguti, if Vets, for example, said they want 12 million, but Sundowns offered 13 million, like, this is a quote, I will read it to you. Timbo, to screen capture, and yeah, window capture. Yeah. Oh no, look at that. I've disturbed the flow of the countdown. Yeah, the countdown was here. Okay, anyways, as I was saying, Guti, you can blame Chiefs they don't offer the money. But if you look at a quote that says, Sundown said we want this player, then the club says 12 million, that's Vets. And Sundown say, okay, we'll give you 13 million. And that's pretty much what was expected, because you have an idea of what this player is going to do for you. Now, that could be credit to Sundowns in saying that, oh no, Sundowns actually overpaid, because clearly Vets wanted some money, but not the amount of money that Sundowns ended up paying. And the question is, why would Sundowns go to those lengths in saying we will pay even extra money just to secure the player's signature? And someone else could say it's ambition, but someone else could say it's desperation to make sure to eliminate the competition. But to me, it sounds like Vilakazi did want to come to Chiefs. It's just that Chiefs did not make an effort, because in his quote earlier on, he had said that he was not in the position. Let me put this thing on this side. He says, I was not in a position. Okay, let me make it bigger. Yeah. I was not in a position to consider offers or anything like that. It was a situation of who comes with the money. That's where it's at. It wasn't even a matter of, oh, wait a minute, Chiefs is offering this much, Sundowns are offering this much. Which one can we choose? No, it was a matter of Chiefs is not coming with any money, but Sundowns is coming with money. As such, Sundowns is going to get the player. So okay, indaba yagcina iphele kanjalo. With Sundowns actually signing the player, and then the Chiefs was left basically licking zabo, licking their thumbs and thinking, oh my God, we've let the player go. And this is not even like the exception. That's the thing, like, or the only player that we can sit here and say, oh, Chiefs let go of such and such. Because it's easy again to say, oh no, it's Sundowns, because you're thinking, oh, this value, there's evidence this player ended up leaving and going to Sundowns. But there are other players who were not signed by Sundowns. Even Ndlondlo, if you look at the situation, Ndlondlo, Chiefs were rumored and linked with Ndlondlo with the gonna sign him. At the end of the day, you end up having Pirates actually signing the player. You have a lot of other players that were rumored and linked to join the Chiefs, and all of a sudden they end up going to another team. It's just that in some cases where it's been Sundowns, then we make it seem as if, oh no, it's because Vele Sundowns. But it's probably time, Guatina, as Kaizer Chiefs fans, we just look at Chiefs and say, hey guys, none got. You understand? Because if Vilakazi is going to say Chiefs did not offer the amount of money that Vets wanted at all, right, and Sundowns overpaid, he's basically telling me Uguti, if Vets did not inflate their price, as Bobby usually says, Uguti, when Chiefs wants a player, the price increases. But to me, it seems like Sundowns wanted a player, and Vets named the price. And usually when a team says the player is worth this much, you can just pay them that money and that's it. The deal is done, because you've met their, what's this thing? You've met their demand. They're demanding 12 million, you're giving them 12 million. If you're giving them 13 million now, you're just like sort of buying loyalty of the team in a way. Uguti, next time if you have a deal, you should actually look at us first, because we pay well. But that's just a thing on the side. I will, however, say Uguti, Chiefs does not seem like they were a team that tried. And if Sundowns were desperate to sign the player for extra money, that means they knew Uguti the player wanted to come to Chiefs. Like a lot of things were pointing towards Uguti, Sibusiso Vilakazi is going to Chiefs. But then all of a sudden, somehow, he ended up going to Sundowns. And then that just tells you a lot, Uguti. When Sundowns wants to do something, yes, we don't have the financial muscle to compete with them. But I feel like Sibusiso Vilakazi is one of those players that we could have gone all out and just said, here's the money, we want the player, he's that important to us. Anyways, let me continue and move on to the ask. Guys, please like the video so that more people like you can see the video, and also just leave my comments. This stream is not going to go on for 45 minutes because on an hour and a half, in case you are waiting to comment around the 45th minute, because we have only 19 minutes remaining. Utheo, okay, wait. Umandla says ayeye mbango coordination. Ayelele mbango. Isekhona leyo show on TV. Utheo says Shompilo Pro Ish yandidiga lento yezi players, because if you look, all the players are running to Sundowns. Then Vub bese bebuyela ku Chiefs. I mean asesiya seyandi asula ngoku. This thing is by the way, I'm not talking about Chiefs. I mean Uzwane, not Uzwane. I'm not talking about Vilakazi after leaving Sundowns. No, before he even went to Sundowns. The time before he even went to Sundowns. That's the time that I wanted him. Very now, after Sundowns, I didn't want to say Vilakazi at Chiefs. But before leaving Events, I wanted him to come to Chiefs because that was his prime years. That was when he was actually performing. But after that, he sort of dropped off, and I didn't want him at Chiefs Valley in any case. So, obviously, if you are doing an interview about anything at all, if you're a team that was linked with the Chiefs or a player that was linked with the Chiefs at any point at all, the Chiefs thing will always come up because, again, that's the thing that makes headlines. If you talk about Chiefs, then that's how you get noticed at the end of the day. Theo is also saying, hey, I got to not sinking kwatina because we don't want to pay. Now says is a bonus si andawo yothatha umhlala phansi. YouTube is not receiving enough video. Oh my goodness, my thing is struggling. It's struggling. Is Zulu. Why it's Iba? When they say it's struggling, my stream is struggling. Anyways, I will continue. Uguti, the biggest issue, Velo Nateo, as you are saying, we don't want to pay, man. We don't want to pay, and what's annoying the most is the fact that it doesn't matter whether it's 10 million, 15 million. Chiefs just doesn't want to pay. They just feel like they're entitled to getting certain players. And we're not in a position where we can say, oh, come to Chiefs. It's the best team in the world. If you leave Chiefs, you are missing out. It's like now Chiefs is like, yeah, to players, right? And as much as they know, if they go to Sundowns, they are likely going to kill their careers. They don't care, because at this point, all they care about is, or should I say, the teams that they are playing for. Asugelinde, the offer from the Chiefs for one, and two, there's also the fact that Sundowns, it comes and pays more, because if Chiefs does not even entertain paying, it tells you a lot. Because if you hear the story of Mtutuzi Mtanzane Uguti, Isekukune got involved with his deal on deadline day, and then the Chiefs pulled out. Like, what does that tell you about the ambition of the club? Guys, like, honestly, what does that say? Uguti Sekukune gets in the race to sign Mtanzane, and then Chiefs pulls out. Like, what is that? So now we're scared of Sekukune, like to go like and bid for a player just because Sekukune is involved. There's no flexing of our financial muscle here, no matter, because you'll find a lot of people who will defend the Chiefs when it comes to these things. You'll find them saying, Chiefs has the money, we have sponsors, what do you think these sponsors are for? I'm like, if these sponsors are for something, Pella, you would see Uguti, this money is being used. But anyways, let's not waste all this time talking about spilled milk. Instead, let's talk about something that's a bit positive, and that is the fact that Solomons is actually back training with the team. His shoulder is still looks like it's strapped, but regardless, he seems like he's ready to play, because if he's been training with the team, that's promising, and I'm happy for that. The question though is, will Uzwane start him or not? Because if Uzwane starts Solomons in tomorrow's game, then essentially what will happen is that there could be a few things that might happen that I might not really like. Now I need to check whether the video is still streaming or not, because it looks like I froze. Oh dear. So I was saying to Kosimandla earlier, Uguti, I feel like the only problem with Solomons being available, or the one fear that I have with Solomons being available, is that Uzwane might just do the unthinkable. And the unthinkable being the fact that since Ukweneka played as a right back when was this game? In the previous game, then you might actually see Uzwane forcing things and playing Ukweneka as a right back instead of just benching him, because we know this, Uguti Ukweneka should be benched at this point in time. Like, he does not perform at all whatsoever, so he shouldn't be playing Ukweneka. But I have a weird and unique feeling, Uguti Zwane just might bench him, because he might bench Ungezana in favor of Ukweneka if he does play Solomons. So there are advantages, obviously, of Solomons being back, but the disadvantage, and the main disadvantage, is the fact that with that happening, then that means we are benching the player who's supposed to be playing. So that's my thing. So let me just read some of the comments that are here. Now I've had to hide my face because I don't know whether YouTube is unable to process my video somehow, so I'm just showing the picture. Or maybe it's the countdown that's too much, I don't know. Ulipat official says, I don't think he should be starting, rather get him on the last 15 to 20 minutes. I agree in that sense, because if ngampela you play Solomons tomorrow, you are risking ukuthi adlale a game and get injured again, and then now the injury might get worse, right? Or it might just come back, and that's the last thing that we want. So I don't think it would be a good idea to start a game with him. And also the other thing is just match fitness, because there's a difference between a player being fit and the player being match fit. So I just hope Uguti he is sort of somewhere in his way to recovery, but I don't think it's good enough at this point. Oh, something's burning outside. Shush. Okay, right. Siqhubeke with other comments, which come from Mandla says, hi, no, Kweneka and Doli must sit on the bench. Bruh, lapho we've been saying this thing like for the longest time, ukuthi Kweneka and Doli, especially Doli, Doli and Kweneka are actually at the same level of undesiring us. They are actually at the same level, but because Doli is missing goals, not passing the ball, or doing something wrong in the final third, and then on the other hand you have Kweneka like letting teams just go through us. Why am I not seeing my mic over here? Yeah, so it's like Bafana too, but at least we've seen Ukwinika have a solid match in a Soweto derby. Utoli even Gui derby didn't step up, which is a very big concern for me. Get your comments, guys. We have 9 minutes remaining in the show, so please get your comments below. Umandla says okay, Umandla singumfundile. Theo says I can't wait to see uSolomons tomorrow. Really, a combination yakhe no Sahil, that would be interesting, eh? That would really be interesting to see Sahil no Doli. I mean no Solomons combining. Defenders will be in trouble on that side. The side that they were attacking and targeting like 2 weeks ago, all of a sudden will now become the side that would be the most troubling side to teams, because if Uzwane keeps that combination of Sahil and Solomons for a bit longer, then teams will be in trouble against Chiefs. Ulipat official says I worry about Solomon's fitness. For him to start the game, he needs to have played a few minutes at least. Sure, well. But some players are just like that good. Because even I know Gutushland has not been giving it 100%. But he just came back from injury. When he came back from injury and he started performing, it can also talk a lot about the players that were available. Why were they so bad to a point a player returning from being sidelined for ages played better than them? It does say a lot, right? So there is also just that situation. So Solomons is definitely one of the players that I can see just coming out and giving it 100%, even though he's not been available for the longest of times. Now this thing of the video not showing is really worrying to me, but I hope it's the countdown that's making the video slow, because if it's not the countdown, then it has to be something else. Anyways, let me read another comment from Utheo. Says Uzwane wami ndiyamazi. Uthi uzwane wami ndiyamazi uzawudlalisa kanye aba singabafuniyo, all those who are underperforming, bruh. And vele that's a thing that's happening. Like excuse me, they are definitely playing Ukwinika kusasa. But as long as Solomons is being eased back into the club or to the team or starting 11, then I don't mind. But if Solomon starts somehow and that results in Gezana getting the bench, I won't be happy, Shem. I won't lie to you, man. I won't really lie. I just won't lie. Omodiredi says Chiefs shouldn't be a rebound for these players. They wanted him, but he chose the other way. You make your bed, lie on it. No, when of course, Uvila is not talking about an offer after leaving Sundowns. No, he's talking about when he was still at Vets. Uguti at Vets, Chiefs wanted him, but they did not offer. They did not offer anything. It's the same thing with Unazir. Chiefs wanted Unazir, but they never offered the money. It's like you want someone, but you never say anything to them, and then someone else, they come along and they take that person. If we make an example with a girl, you can't just go out and say I have a crush on a certain girl, and it's known by everyone, even her friends know Wuti, you want to date that girl, but you never talk to her. Or you never talk to her. It's just that this one is a bit different. You never talk to her with, hey, I want you and this is how much I'm willing to pay. This is so weird. But yeah, that's a bad example, because with a girl you don't buy them they have to say yes and then they can be your girlfriend or whatever. But in football, even if a player says yes, the team needs to say yes as well. And the only way the team can say yes is if you give them the money. And the Chiefs never got to the stage where they were paying the money as such. Vets were never in a position where they could say, okay, Vilakazi, go to Chiefs because the Chiefs has brought this much money and now you should sign for them. So indaba Vilakazi with the Chiefs was not about ukuthi he wanted to go to the Chiefs after leaving Sundowns, but it's more about ukuthi the first time around when he was available from the first time when he was available from Vets, then Chiefs did not sign him or make enough efforts, should I say, to sign him. As such, he ended up going to Sundowns, who added more money to the asking price from Vets, which just says a lot about how much Sundowns didn't want this guy to go to another team, because paying the money for the player says we want the player, but paying more than what is asked is like, it's just like another level of doing things. So okay, that is just interesting to say the least. Guys, please do like the video. It helps to reach more people like you, and also, if you, as you can see, I've even upgraded my thing on the left here. You can become a member by clicking the link that's on the pinned comment, and you get early access to content. You get loyalty badges next to your name when you're commenting, and you get priority replies to your comments. And you can also suggest the videos on the site, because on the community tab, members can comment and ask for specific videos. So, and then we try to make them happen. So those are the advantages of being the member of the channel. So please, guys, you can become the member of the channel. It's only 20 rands per month. Just click on the link and follow the instructions that will follow after that. Yeah, those are the comments, and I don't see any other comments that are here today. Chief shouldn't be a rebound. Oh yeah, I read that comment as well. So if I was to checking the poll today we only had 25 votes for abantu who have voted ukuthi about Solomons, and 88% of those people actually say Chiefs should start Solomons kusasa. I think a fit and 100% ready Solomons could start tomorrow's game, but I'm not so sure about the fitness yakhe. As Ulipat official was saying, Uti, the biggest hindrance could be possibly Uguti. He's not as fit as we might want him to be. As such, it would be difficult then for the Chiefs to just say, oh no, we are going to start him. But for more, the other things, we'll just talk more on that about game. We'll talk about that before the game. So please do make sure to go to the channel, watch the other videos, and share them on your socials. And yeah, leave more comments on the videos, and leave more likes even on this one as well. Guys, thank you so much for watching, for joining me today. I will see you tomorrow before the game, and until next time, remember, equals al pelumoya. Dun 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 dun.